feed.
Thank you for holding. Please
Check out
continue to
other
stay
ways
on the
you
line.
can connect with us online, by phone, or in person.
It's time for Monday Motivation! Whoosh.
The human brain has an amazing ability to normalize whatever situation it's in. And that's simultaneously an extremely helpful tool and a curse. It's helpful because it's how we cope with the absurdity of a human existence, and it's a curse because it can make us kind of complacent. It can mean that we accept crappy situations and just assume that they're normal. And so my encouragement for the week is to challenge your status quo. And that doesn't mean you need to make some big political protest or quit your job, but maybe you can look for the things, the crummy things in your life that you're sort of just accepting at the moment. Maybe you decide you're sick of staring at your cell phone for 5 hours a day and you've had enough. Maybe you're tired of your tool area being kind of a disaster.
Maybe you're tired of your emotionally abusive spouse neglecting your attempts at meaningful connection and you decide you're finally going to leave them.
I certainly hope that one's not the case. Whatever the case may be, I encourage you not to just accept the status quo because that's how things are, but to actually look for ways you can make small, positive change in your life.
I was on hold for 58 minutes, and then she said, "Let me take a look at those documents for you," and then just said, "Call ended." All right, is there any way I can get coverage in between now and then, or am I just going to be uninsured for a little while?
It would probably be you being uninsured for a while, maybe not even a while, just because.
About 4 years ago, I got a crown placed on my tooth, and ever since then, it's just been problematic. It kind of comes and goes, and I've gone to the dentist a number of times and tried to get them to do a root canal or something, but it's like every time I go to the dentist, the problem sort of dissipates, and then I leave, and sure enough, a couple months later, it starts flaring up again. Just last month, I went to the dentist and again was like, "Hey, got this problematic tooth, can you do a root canal?" And they were like, "Can't find anything wrong with it." And now 1 month later, sure enough, I have an abscess on the tooth, which is apparently kind of a dangerous situation or something you want to get taken care of immediately. And because I'm self-employed and I just moved here, my insurance is super wacky. I'm not entirely sure that I have dental insurance at the moment. My plan of action here is to just go see an emergency dentist and pay out of pocket. Hopefully it's just an x-ray and some antibiotics. Not the most exciting morning. It's 1 p.m. I'm gonna try to go do something fun for a couple of hours before going to the emergency dentist at 3:30. Okay, I did eventually get a hold of an extremely helpful rep named Pam, who kind of saved the day and got me situated with my insurance stuff. Takeaways from this blunder, don't let medical stuff fester. Make doctor's appointments, go get it taken care of. It's a pain in the ass, but usually stuff doesn't just go away on its own. Other takeaway, if you're considering leaving a job and trying more of a freelance thing, the grass is not always greener over here. Hello, sorry.
Oh, no problem.
Strangely enough, since starting this vlog, my two biggest addictions, my cell phone and caffeine, have almost entirely vanished. I think the cell phone has a lot to do with that brick device I mentioned earlier. Yeah, I don't know exactly why that is, but I guess that's a good thing. This is Cafe Destino in Northeast Portland. It's quite charming. It is near my dentist's appointment, which is in about 45 minutes. I'm gonna try to crank out some reading for this screenwriting class I'm a part of. The class is workshop based, so each week somebody submits work, and then all the other class members read it and discuss it. And yeah, it's a great model for learning about screenwriting. My pottery class I do not take seriously at all, and it's more just a way for me to relax. But I do take this screenwriting class a bit more seriously because I consider it at least tangential to my career in filmmaking. Okay, quite a positive update from the dentist. Thrilling content for the vlog here, my dental adventures. They only charged me $50 for the x-ray, which is wonderful. And then I had two dentists look at this weird abscess thing, and they both weren't really sure what it was, so they referred me to an endodontist, which is like a further dental specialist. But they said I wasn't in any grave danger. It probably isn't something too serious. So a pretty successful day of dealing with medical stuff.
That usually means they like us.
Usually.
You know, my sign says Save SSA, Medicare, and Medicaid. My true desire is that we have single payer. Single payer means there's one giant insurance company for the entire nation. A lot of countries like Canada and Cuba and the Nordic countries and even Great Britain, they have single payer. Cuba has one of the best health coverage plans for the whole country. And if Cuba and all these other, which are not fully developed nations, can do it, I don't know why we, as the United States of America, a fully developed nation with lots of technology, lots of wealth, can't do it too.
So what's the response to the idea that, you know, people who are benefiting from social services are freeloaders?
Well, one thing that people don't understand is that if we eliminated Medicaid completely, those people that are on Medicaid, they still get sick, they still go to the doctor, they just no longer go to a primary care physician, they end up in the emergency rooms. The bill for an emergency room visit is probably 10 times what it costs to go to your regular doctor. Most people say, who cares? But what happens is the emergency room has to bill somebody. If they can't bill that person that's coming in, they're required to provide care at the emergency room level, whether you can pay or not. What happens is they have to inflate their prices to the insurance companies. The insurance companies then have to inflate their premium cost. And you and your employer, if you're employed, pay those increased premiums. So you're going to pay for it one way or the other. If we eliminate Medicaid, premiums will rise substantially, and we'll actually pay more than we do in the taxes that we use to cover Medicaid.
Wow, that is fascinating. I did not know that.
Yeah.